All right, let me hit the record. Yeah, all right, we're recording. 3, 2, 1. Hi, everyone. Welcome back again for another episode of Inspiration in Isolation. I have some amazing special guests with me. I'm quite biased of these, but these are my brother and my sister, Leighton and
Hi.
Ali.
Hi.
What's up? I love that.
Everyone.
You did the whole Queen wave.
We did.
What was that?
The poppy wave.
Yo.
This is the greeting to all the people.
The people. And so basically in these episodes, I'm, for those who are viewing this again or for the first time, I am in isolation, not because I'm sick, but it's just because it's not a silly 14-day rule. It's just to be safe. But I thought, man, why not connect with people that I love and I care about, but also who have so much value to add to our world today. And especially now being in isolation, and it's about to happen very shortly for everyone, not just myself. I thought, man, why not create content that it's going to inspire people while they're in isolation? And today's conversation is basically with Ali and Leighton in the area of family and music, and how that, I think, is so pivotal in our time as a way to bring hope and peace and healing and, you know, just keep us grounded in this time. So Ali and Leighton, my brother and sister, I married Leighton's sister. Yo, thanks, bro.
Honey.
For giving your sister away to me, man.
It's not my fault, bro. You did a good job, bro. Well done.
That's a whole nother story, the proposal story. Anyway.
Yes.
That's an
was a
episode
big
in
story.
itself. Interview your wife, bro.
Interview my wife. Yeah. At some point I will. She's looking at me across the room.
That'd be awesome.
So quickly, if you can, share with us, who is Ali and Leighton Heise, or Leighton and Ali Heise? Who are you? What do you do? What's good about your lives at the moment?
Yes.
And yeah, scissors, paper, rock. Do it. Oh, yeah. Oh, me and Leighton. I lost. So you can. Yeah.
I win.
All right, you go first.
Who is Ali? This is a hard question.
Why? Why is it a hard question?
Well,
Who are you?
I tend to think of myself as connected to who I am in connection to everybody else in my life.
Okay.
So I'm my father. I'm connected to my father and my mother, who are ministers. We're just a ministry family. I feel like that's probably where my identity lies, is just growing up knowing God, and from my dad, from my mum, from my grandpa, and then marrying a husband like that. So when it comes to
You married a husband
I'm
like
like
your grandpa?
smack bang in
Is that
the
what you just
center.
said?
You married it.
Yeah, there's that.
Well, your grandpa was bald, so for that's an inside
know.
family joke. So
in family relations, who am I if my family was just not part of it? Who am I just by myself?
Yeah.
I am. Well, I just attach myself to people again. I'm a mother of 4 kids. Charlie, Jesse, Zoe, JJ.
What are the ages?
Charlie's 13.
Yeah.
Jesse is 11. No, 12.
Wow. Oh, so just turned 12. Happy birthday, Jesse boy.
Yeah.
Zoe just turned 10.
Okay.
And Joanna turns 7 on Friday.
Yeah. It's so weird that you call her Joanna, because I was like, who's Joanna?
JJ.
Oh, it's JJ. So for those who are watching, JJ, that's what we call her in our family. So for Ali to say Joanna, I was like, is there another child I don't know?
Yeah.
Hell nah.
And then that's the people and what I do.
What do you do? Yeah. What's your current?
Look, probably I just love music at the moment. I teach it for a living. Have done that off pretty much all the way along, and we make music in the gaps when we can. So that, and I really just discovered surfing. I love being active, and I just discovered surfing, and I love that too.
Yeah, and you're epic at it. You belong to this cool, what do you call it? I'll give a shout out to your people. Surfing mums.
Surfing mums.
Surfing mums, like, is that a national wide thing?
It is. It is.
Yeah.
It's Australia-wide, though. Sadly, all meets have had to be cancelled, as everything else. So nothing official, though. There's no chance you'll keep surfers out of the water. So they'll be in there.
Late, you're a king. I know you're a king surfer, but you're also a snowboarder. You're a skateboarder. You're anything with wheels boarder. That's
Yeah.
some of the things you do. But what else do you do, Leighton? Just to share with us a bit of your background. Who was Leighton?
I've never been introduced as a skateboarder before. That was like my childhood dream.
Yeah, I know. That's why this interview is nice and intimate, because people are going to find out more about you than what they would normally know
Slip
about
my
you.
Vans on and hit the streets. So yeah, I did used to go skate as a 12-year-old. Like, Mum, I'll be back, and she'd be like, "Okay, when the sun goes down, you need to be home."
That was back in those days when there was no restrictions, no real stranger danger. You could go for hours and disappear and come back again.
So that was good times.
Yep.
Didn't you roller skate?
I used to roller skate the streets of Riverside, California. Yes, I did.
Yes,
I did. I fully did. And
Doing the Carlton.
in America, the gutters are like, they're huge gutters. So you jump the gutter. Yeah,
right. Okay.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a fun tangent.
Yeah, it was. So yeah, who's Leighton Heise?
Nice question to answer.
It really is. We actually
level?
did. I'm a school chaplain, and we did this at school the other day. We asked the big questions of our kids.
Yeah.
Who are you? Is there a God? Why are we here? Why is there pain and suffering? Like, and they asked us these questions. It was so hard.
Yeah.
But about 5 years ago, I wrote down a little bit of a personal mission statement, and it went something like, "I am a communicator of truth through personality." And I think that still summarizes who I am. I'm trying
that is you.
I reckon it is too, yeah. Just trying to say true things through who God made me to be, through my personality. So I'm a chaplain. Ali and I are musicians. We're parents. We're trying to run a family. Just before we jumped on this interview, we're like yelling at our kids, "Go to bed, oh, hi, Ray. Oh, hi. Oh, that's awesome."
Yeah. Life is amazing. And you know what? Like, this is purely the reason why I wanted to connect with you two, because I've known you as long as I have, since 2007, since, I first met Shawnee and met the rest of the family. But
it's the last GFC.
Since we found out we were pregnant with Jesse.
Yeah, with Jesse, that's right. And I was and I remembered the first day I met Charlie where I was scared her to death because I had a fro this big.
And you had yellow tight jeans on.
Yeah, I think something ridiculous. I don't know what it was.
Yellow pants and a big fro.
Let's not show those photos ever.
Please,
but I just want to say, like, most people would be, or most parents, like they're struggling now, obviously with COVID, but you guys are in the same boat as well. Schools are shutting down in New South Wales where you guys live, trying to do family. How have you found the adjustment, or are about to find the adjustment with everything that's happening with COVID and keeping your family together and healthy in isolation?
It's really weird, I have to say.
Yeah, it's strange.
Like, sometimes I spend the whole day at home yesterday. Was it yesterday? What day is it? Is it Tuesday?
Tuesday, yeah.
Yes. So I spent the whole day at home yesterday with the kids, and 3 baskets of washing sat unfolded on the floor for the whole day.
Yeah.
So I just can't seem to get myself doing normal things. Does that make sense? Because the kids are home.
No, wait, it's a crisis.
Trying to do life with them. And then I got to the end of the day, I'm like, how did they sit right there on the floor for the entire day? And I was here for the entire day. It's just weird. I can't get my head on straight.
Well, at school, we're struggling too, because we're like, man, what are we doing? There's been some uncertainty around clear decisions about is school on or off.
Yeah.
So as a workforce in the school systems, as a chaplain, my job has been to try and come alongside the whole community, teachers and students, and just try and
top to the bottom,
just try and be present with them and walk with them through the weirdness. Like our head of business at school, our business, what's her role?
Bursa.
CFO, business manager.
Yeah.
She's just in tears every time I talk to her, and like the magic question is, "How are you?" And it's just like, bah!
Yeah.
Like, shout out to you, Karen Davis, just doing such a good job managing our community's response, because all the families are struggling and losing their jobs.
Wow.
School and saying, what are we going to do? And so, yeah, bro,
it's weird.
The fact that you're addressing family with your videos, with this one anyway, is really important, because families right now are, they need this. They need your fro and your.
Well, thank you. And I think for me, and there was a question there there's a statement you made there. I want to sort of lean into that, is that obviously both of your roles, you're both at the school, You're both connecting with students. Yeah, that's right. But you're both there with kids and with staff, so you're hearing things, you're seeing the way that kids are behaving. Obviously, as your role as teachers and chaplain, there's an amount of responsibility you have to try and give hope to your kids at school. How is that any different to when you come home and now your kids are there? It's like, oh, I actually have to walk the walk and talk the talk and walk the walk with my kids. How have you found that? Is it the same sort of, obviously they're your kids, but how have you found that adjustment coming home and going, wow, this is reality. I need to talk to my kids about the coronavirus because
yesterday or today? Which day are we talking about?
Oh, every day is different.
Yeah, like I know Lake came home yesterday just wrecked.
Shattered.
So wrecked. And he actually had to just disappear. And I don't think we really saw each other till about 10 p.m.
He roller skated away.
I just went into the cave because I spent the whole day trying to just be present with the people.
And figure out how to do your job
and figure
online.
out how to do my job now online, just like you're doing, Ray. How do you transition empowering generations and your movement? How do you transition your ministry forward, your influence?
And then how do you come home and do it for your kids?
So then, but you know what, actually
today was better.
Coming home was like going into a cave of wonders for me. It's like, oh, my home.
Yeah.
It's like such a relief to be here. Because here are the ones I love, and we're just am I allowed to say this online? We're breaking the 1.5 meter rule at home. We're just like in each other's arms.
I have to. Like, I'm not going to deny my children that want to come up to me and kiss me and hug me. It's like, hey, look, if we're all going to die, this is sad. But if we're going to die, let's die together. Like, if I'm dying, you're dying with me. You know what I mean? Like, I am not leaving any of you. Let's all do it together, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's a crazy world. Crazy world we live in. And obviously as parents, like it's something like even today, was it this morning? Yeah, this morning I was on the phone. I've been on the phone and on video, on Zoom meetings, talking to people, and the conversation is so out there and like, as in terms of it's very public and open in my house. Like I'm just talking to people about the situation of COVID, and my daughter, your niece, your 6-year-old niece, she just started to cry.
Yeah.
And Johnny came alongside her and said, "Babe, what's going on?" She's like, "I'm just scared. I'm just scared because I hear, Daddy, you talk to your church people, you talk about your friends in the fitness industry, they're losing their jobs, their families, they have families, who's going to look after them?"
Yeah.
And so my eldest child is affected by it. The middle and the baby, they have no idea. They just think this is the best holiday ever. Yeah. Dad and mom are home 24/7. I'm good. I got my siblings around. But my 6-year-old now is at an age. Have your kids responded in that way? How have they verbalized?
I reckon
Zoe?
A lot of it's personality, because like we've got my eldest. I said to her, "How are you feeling about it?" Because I try and check in with them every day.
Yeah. This is your 13-year-old, right?
Yeah, 13.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about it? She's like, I don't really care. That's kind of her thing. But see, she's that kind of person.
Yeah. And she's always been chilled, like.
Very
she's
like. But you know, I don't know. You never know what's going on underneath. But then my 10-year-old, she's just like Velcro to me at the moment, like a little leech.
Yeah,
constantly, and I have to like take deep breaths, and because I'm not like a super touchy feely person.
You're the warmest, most caring.
But I sense that she really needs it, so I'm like, I've got to be here for her, and I've got to let her just attach herself to me. And we sat down. My sister's a wellbeing teacher in Victoria, and she sent all of her school kids home with a little booklet. Just stuff about COVID and emotional resilience, and I printed this out for my daughter, and she was really super grumpy this morning. She was emo and didn't know what to do with herself, and I kind of walked her through this booklet, and you had to draw faces and how you're feeling, and it was good. It kind of got her over a hump. So
And the boy, how's our only boy in our family?
The boy,
he's in technological
he's
heaven.
Actually he is frothing. He actually today I'm telling your story, my turn. So Ali's a music teacher, and today her and her son Jesse, our son Jesse,
my son,
killed it He downloaded this app that lets you split screen and
Loom.
video within
It's called
video.
Loom.
Loom.
It's a
like video within a video.
screencasting app.
Like you're doing now.
Okay.
And Ali and him together, they created these killer resources because our school's transitioning towards online learning.
Right.
Jesse became the teacher today. So
he's my tech guy.
Epic for him.
Okay, Jesse,
like,
now I need a video showing kids how to upload their own videos and send them to me. Now I need a screencast video showing them how to do this, how to do that. So he was like my tutorial video guy.
Yeah.
So it's funny, he's kind of thriving.
He's thriving in the environment.
This environment.
So good. And so I think even in that alone, I think I wanted to point that out, even as parents, obviously you're bringing your kids home, they're now in isolation. Some of them are already in isolation, and they think to themselves, I have to be fearless. I have to be bold and courageous and have a brave face. But yet in one instance, like you're saying, you're partnering with your kids and going, hey, I'm going to need your help in some spaces. Yeah. How have you found that? Has that been part of the adjustment in terms of going, you know what, we're going to be in this together as a family. We don't know what it's going to look like, but we're going to help each other out. Give us some, I mean, obviously that's one example. Are there other things that come to mind when it comes to coaching your kids through COVID?
Well, can I go?
Yeah, away you go.
Well, I don't know if this is going to answer your question, but another thing the girls did today was they made pasta. Like they made pasta from scratch. So, because we've got all this time at home, and I said, let's get all our school stuff out of the way before lunch, and then after lunch, you do whatever you like. So they just giving them projects that they can't usually do, and they really bonded, my girls today. They took their bikes, and we live really close to some little like grocery shops, so they rode down and got what they needed, came back, made pasta for about 2 hours with the pasta machine, and made this amazing spaghetti. I didn't touch it. I had nothing to do with it. I've never made it in my life, and
wow,
so good. And by the end, like this evening, usually they're all killing each other in the bathroom at teeth brushing time, but they were really happy. So I'm like, oh wow, that was cool.
So both I think what I'm hearing, I don't know if we actually intended this, but we actually gave our kids the keys and said, you actually help run the show, because we're going to need each other through this. And my answer to your question was going to be, we put a table back in this room recently. Last time you came over, Ray, when you and Shani and the girls were here, we didn't have this table here, but we put it back in the house. And sitting and being at the table together, kind of religiously every night, like as a discipline, sitting down and eating a meal, we're just checking in. And I've been consciously doing this, is actually asking around the family and saying, how are you going with this all? And it's like a debrief every night, pretty much, around the dinner meal. So I think that's a thing. That's a good thing.
Why do you think that's important to do that as a family?
I mean, it's relationship building.
Yeah.
So it's going to just bond us, because we're going to share and tell story. Kids learn to hear someone else's story, not be the center the whole time. They're actually listening.
And it makes them realize that they're important. Like often they hear us or see us on our screens, reading the news, listening to the radio, calling our friends and family and talking about it all, and they hear it all going on around them. And to actually stop and show them that
give them a voice,
super important. And
Yeah, I love that. Just about bringing the table back as the centerpiece of the household, not so much the television or the technology that we're supposed to withdraw into, because now everything's like, well, isolate, I'm going to bunker in and watch all the episodes. It's like, as a family, you've intentionally placed something, a table talk basically, into the family realm again. I want to speak into the space that I think, Ali, you mentioned as well about, Leighton, you just wanted space for yourself. How have you both talked about routinely adding space into your lives as parents and going, all right, your turn, you need to go out for 10, 15 minutes or half an hour. How does that work? Because I'm sure many families are who watch this and may resonate going, I'm stuck with my kids for the next
6 weeks or whatever.
Do you have a routine? Like, I'm just trying to get some examples that could be a benefit to us.
Can I go that one?
I was just going to get a confession. I don't think we do it very well.
Whoa.
Hey, that's okay. But people need to hear that. Like, they need to hear it.
take.
Well, I remember Leighton saying to me once, because I'd be like, why don't you ever give me permission to just go off by myself or whatever? Why don't you suggest it? And he'd be like, what? Just take it. If you need it, just go and do it. I'm fine with that. And he's actually true to form and if he retreats, I just try not to get super grumpy at him, because why do people always need to retreat at the most busy times of the day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife's looking at me from across the room. Actually, she's not. She's got her headphones in.
Like, say about 5 and 7:30. That's his happy retreat time, which is also anyway
heightened time of our
bath time when dinner time. Home. Yeah. But
I work in the helping industry. I'm helping people all day. I don't want to help people for an hour, just 1 hour.
This is what I do. I try not to be a total cow when it's time to get back and hang out with each other, which sometimes I succeed at and sometimes I don't. Other things I do is, if he's gone off to work and in the morning, and if my kids are having a little bit of a slow morning, they might have put a movie on in the morning, and instead of just piling guilt upon myself, I say, no, if I just have a little break now, just for a bit, and I can fill myself up, go and do my yoga downstairs or have a long shower or whatever, when he comes home tonight, it's easier for me not to resent him when he needs to have his time, because I know that I actually slowed down and had some time before.
Yeah. And so was that accidental? Is that an agreement that you both had? You give each other the nod and go, yeah, I'm checking out, your turn. You know, how does it translate in your in your everyday living? Because I can only imagine parents that you guys are speaking to on a day-to-day basis, or no longer anymore, are going to think to themselves, how do we do this family thing? How do we find space for ourselves in the house?
Yeah. I'll jump in. I think we've actually figured it out. It's been trial and error.
Yeah.
And mostly because Ali is super good at being forthrightly honest.
Yeah.
And no BS, like, this is where we're at. Do you think so? And just really good at troubleshooting.
Yeah.
And it's like the greatest gift to our relationship has been Ali willing to just like say it. And so we've
say it and then run away and hide and wait a little bit.
Poke the bear. Poke the bear, like. So, like, it's been a really awesome thing. I think we've trial and error made our way to this point where we're like.
But it probably would have been way more practical if we like
sat down, had to sit down.
Yeah, and go, okay, this is what's going to happen, because we know that this will happen.
But you don't know, and no one's written the book, and you're just discovering, and your parents try and tell you, but they can't, because you just got to do it for yourself, and the whole thing, the marriage, the kids, as you grow your family, all of it. So you're just learning as you go. I
feel like COVID has now put a magnifying glass over the family network.
Yeah.
And so I just think, dynamics in family are either, you can respond two ways. You can go, this is an opportunity. I think, Leighton, you've said it before, just earlier, you said, seize this opportunity as a way to reconnect with our kids, spend time with our kids. The amount of podcasts and news feeds and YouTube clips I've watched because of COVID, and they're talking about spending time, and like, it's actually super important. You can respond that way, or you can respond the other way, like pull your hair out, feel panicked, feel fearful, because we don't know what to do. And so for me, I don't want to do the latter. I want to do the first option. And so I'm just trying to latch onto any positivity, anything that can help me cope as a parent who potentially now could be bunkered in with my kids.
Yeah.
For 3 months, 6 months, 12 months.
Reclaiming the story too. Like, we're going to tell our story of COVID, or are we going to listen to the social media story about it, the panic, the anxiety?
Yeah.
The news story about it. Like, I'm so proud of our olds, my parents.
Yeah.
I rang them this afternoon, and even their journey of family has been, let's turn the news off, because we're just cycling through this negative story.
Yeah.
And they got pretty panicked and stressed about it. Dad had a 1:20 a.m. this morning. He did one of his hymns, which is cool. Like,
he's killing. Hey, shout out if anyone wants to know. Here's a baby boomer who's got a YouTube channel. He plays in his PJs. So If we can make his clips go viral, that'll be amazing. So anyway, back to you. So yeah, 1:20 a.m. in the morning. What was he doing?
Yeah, so he's recording another hymn. I think he did It Is Well or something like that. And so, I mean, yeah, the segue is turn the story off and write your own story during this time, you know?
Yeah.
Let's write our own story.
Speaking of writing stories, you guys are amazing story writers in your own right, in your music. How has your storytelling ability through music, well, I guess how has it helped you cope in life? And share a bit about your most recent album that you're doing. And I just think it's so timely that the launching of your album is, I just feel those songs, and I'm going to brag on about it. I'm just going to show promo on it. It's so fitting for a family for now who are going through life through rhythm. So share us about your album, the title, the songwriting, the narrative stories.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you said rhythms, so we called it the rhythm of us because well, it comes around to the fact that we take a Sabbath as a family. I don't know if you've heard of what a Sabbath is, but it's a Hebrew word for rest. And one day in every 7, we take Saturdays.
We stop.
And we stop. And we attempt to get rid of screens. we attempt to get rid of screens. We usually would spend time with our community, with our church community, but at the moment that looks totally different.
Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation.
And that's how to stop and get. We would usually spend time outdoors, and just everything that's beautiful about being alive, that's not working or trying to earn or trying to build on everything. That's what we would usually do, and so we call it the rhythm of us. That's our rhythms, and in that is our marriage relationship,
the rhythm of family, the rhythm of
family, and the rhythm of just trying to do life, and connecting with where God is in that and where our identity is. So yeah, that's kind of what it's about.
Yeah. What's one of your favorite songs on the album? What's one of your favorite songs? Well, you can both have different favorite songs, but what's one of your favorites?
Mine's All of Me. Ali wrote this song about.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Really?
No.
Yay! Exclusive. You heard it here. Yes, I got an exclusive.
Yeah, there's a song that she wrote about all of me, and it's a song about your awareness as a human of how broken you are.
Yeah.
Because of how you get exposed in your relationships, and your broken comes forward. But a marriage is a place where that's okay.
Yeah.
And the tensions, like, I think, the way I think about it, it's like you're wearing a piece of elastic. You've described it this way. You're wearing a piece of elastic, and sometimes as you move apart, that gets really tense, but it pulls you back together, and then the rubber band goes slack again and you reconnect. And this song, All of Me, talks about all of that stuff going on. And at the end of it, it says, it's God saying, is this what the song's about?
I don't know. You under the grace.
This is what I hear. Yeah.
No, it's good hearing what you think it's about.
And then at the end of the song, it's like God goes, it's just okay. I'll just give you grace anyway. Like, you guys are going to be fine.
Yeah. And Ali, what's your favorite song on the album? That's kind of cool. Like, I love it. All of Me. Yeah.
Oh.
It's one. That one. Really?
That comes out of my heart. No, that I love singing that one because I just feel like it's true. But I mean, for fun, and I really enjoy singing the Supermarket Flower song because it's just silly.
Yeah. I mean, I listen to a bit. For those who are like, what's that one about?
It's about how marriage relationships can become quite mundane, and how intimacy can.
What marriage are you a part of?
Intimacy can become something that's like, all the wives in the room, wherever they are, will know what I mean. Yep. But when you just get to the end of the day and all you want to do is like what I did the other night, go and have a bath and watch 15 episodes of Heartland in a row. But then you need to keep your marriage going. So the song's about that, saying the only real healer for marriage is, well, there's a lot, but lovemaking is a really
Love making.
It's an
making
amazing
love.
gift. It's what brings us back together. And there's just no other way to do it.
Get jiggy with it. Sorry, that's
no other way to heal a lot of things. So it's about saying, this sucks, let's make love, it's time.
Awesome. If I did request for you guys to sing a song. So I guess in the segue of things, what song? I would love for you guys to share a song, just to bless our hearts, restore our souls, give us peace in this moment from your album. Now, please entertain us. So give us a talk about what the song's about. And then
we're going to do this song, which is called "This Is My Life." That's what it's called, isn't it? Yeah. And it was written just right here in this lounge room. The kids were playing Lego. It's very much like a COVID style song because we were in the room all together. Our lounge room is about this big. So Leighton was
like our kitchen behind us.
Leighton was sleeping. Kids were doing craft. It was just a really peaceful moment. So loud. And it was just
doing pretty background music.
It was me realizing that this is my life. Somehow I got here. I'm the lady with 4 children and a husband who's passed out on the couch snoring. How did I get here? Am I okay with this?
Yeah.
And I decided that there's real power in saying, yes, I am. This is my life. Am I who I want to be? This is where God's got me, and I'm okay with this. I don't have to keep looking.
Wow. Thank you. Well, hey, over to you guys.
High-pitched clink of Lego pulls me from my sleep. For happy hands are busy searching for that perfect peace. My eldest holds a drawing to a yellow winter draft. The youngest one's abandoned an unfinished duct-tape craft.
How did this happen? How did we get here? It's only minutes since I got my training bra. Where did they come from? And how did we get so big? I guess the future really isn't very far. And soon the future's gonna be the distant past. My husband's on the short couch and he's sleeping off the week. We've turned into our parents, the children play, the adults sleep. How could I get so boring? I thought I'd never be this way. But the thing that's even weirder is that it's strangely all okay.
How did this happen? How did we get here? It's only minutes since I purchased my first car. Where did they come from? And how did they get so near?
I guess the future really isn't very far. And soon the future's gonna be the distant past. This is my life. This is my life. This is my life. And I'm who I wanna be. This is my life. This is my life. This is my life. Am I who I want to be? Am I who I want to be? Am I who I want to be? The sun will keep on shining and the rain is sure to fall. Pennies will keep coming in and pouring out the hole. My heart will keep on beating until the day it beats no more. Every day is a gift to treasure, every blessing from the Lord. This is my life. This is my life. This is my life. I'm not who I want to be. This is my life. This is my life. This is my life. I'm not who I want to be. I'm not who I want to be. I'm not who I want to be. Oh, yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am.
Thank
Complete
you.
with a mistake at the end.
Hey, that's a good. Thank you so much for that. Wow. Thank you again, and thank not only for your song, but for your music, but giving families hope. It does. I mean, it does for me, and I'm sure there will be many families out there who are struggling at the moment. And so, I guess if you had one word of advice, or not even advice, one word of encouragement for families who are dealing in this whole isolation thing at home, what would be something that you want to share with them to give a bit of inspiration for them?
Just take advantage of this time to get to know your people. Yeah, don't try and be the best homeschooling person that ever existed. Even our schools are saying that. Just take time to enjoy connecting with one another.
Yeah, I'd say what I told our staff and my team, my chaplaincy team today, let's just take this time to be present in the moment. We cannot wish it away. It's not going to go away fast. So let's just be present in the everyday, take the next thing as it comes. And let the message of the song, live the life that we've been given. It's still a blessing no matter what we're facing.
Still a gift. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, Ali and Leighton. Leighton and Ali, doesn't matter to me. You're still family. Super, super blessed tonight. Super encouraging for me, and I'm sure many others who'll be tuning in. So thank you once again, everyone, for tuning in. Our next episode will drop very shortly, and tonight's episode was basically along the lines of family matters and how a normal, typical family are dealing with this whole thing in isolation. But there is hope. And hopefully from it, we get some practical tips on how we can improve and sustain our family well-being in this period of isolation. So thank you again. And also, I forgot one more thing. I got too excited to close off. Social media handles, where can people find your music? And where can they find you in social media land space?
Yep. So all the handles are at Ali and Leighton.
Awesome.
ALIANDLEIGHTON. Can you put it on screen?
Yeah, I got it. I got it right here. You'll see it pop up right here.
It's good.
And then our website, aliandleighton.com, and there's a store there where you can invest in resources for your marriage and your family. Yeah. So thanks for your support.
If you're a CD person, you can buy one.
Yeah, you can buy a CD.
Otherwise, you can find us on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube.
Awesome.
SoundCloud.
Everywhere you get your music.
Everywhere you get your music. So, hey, for any families, even if you're thinking of a family, I don't know, it's kind of cool to hear a story of a narrative of a family who's going through the different rhythms of life. And definitely this rhythm of life has been a bit disrupted, but I know that this gift of music that you guys have as a family is going to be something that puts us in step with our family in the right rhythm in many ways. So thank you again. See you guys soon. And stay connected. See you.
Thanks, see ya.
Bye, JJ. Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye, Uncle.